r/AskReddit by LaughWithMEmes. What makes you feel embarrassed by your own country? Team USA here. We have top shelf medical talent and resources, yet going in for the simplest of medical treatment, never mind something huge, is a fucking logistical and financial nightmare. From every aspect, hidden costs, jump through hoops, bullshit insurance, out of network provider scams at in-network facilities, denied claims, and my personal favorite, even if you manage to successfully navigate the health insurance minefield, you still wind up getting raped financially. After that, the accountability of the medical professionals for errors and misdiagnosis are almost non-existent. Couple that with the pay to prescribe drug pushers in the white coats. Why, in 2019, we tolerate this corrupt system is beyond comprehension. It's a small thing, but I dislike how many British people like showing how British they are online. Making memes about the weather, politics, drinking tea, queuing etc, all playing these things up for an American audience. It's no great crime, it just strikes me as cringe-worthy. Edit, I've just remembered, when I lived with a Spanish roommate, and due to my being born near Birmingham he used to call me a peaky blinder. I fully lent into it. So I guess I'm the wanker after all. Swiss people can be very close-minded and behind on the times, yet people, especially online, always act like it's a super progressive and perfect country, but then homosexual marriage is still not allowed, and in some parts women couldn't vote until the 90s. In the U.S., the mass shootings. It's beyond awful and shouldn't happen here. Obviously it shouldn't happen anywhere. It's surreal to see two events in one day. This happened a few years ago in Kuwait. We were hosting an Olympic tournament, and during the medal ceremony, instead of playing Kazakhstan's actual national anthem we played its parody from the movie Borat. The guy playing the music downloaded it from YouTube and didn't pay attention, it was a parody full of insults. I had to apologize to a friend from Kazakhstan when this happened, even though he thought it was hilarious. There's so many lol, I'll go with the latest. Last week a solidarity fridge was placed in a street in Salvador, 4th biggest city in Brazil. This is a project where they leave a fridge where people can donate food and the homeless can take it. It was stolen less than 24 hours after being placed. Sounds like something that would happen in Argentina too. Algeria. Mayfair is leading our country. Bulgaria checking in. We even have a saying about it. Other countries have a Mayfair, here the Mayfair has a country. The politicians and how people treat monuments like shit. Also the school system. Italy. Our monuments have spit marks all across them. And I don't want to talk about politics. India. My country Navy testing a drone. I'm so sorry but this is hilarious. You take that back. Nobody claimed it was a flying drone. This is a normal launch protocol for submarine drones. Didn't you see the big fucking Navy ship in the background? Northern Ireland, the sectarian conflict, the rampant illicit drug use, the fact that we haven't had a functional government for over 600 days now over a disagreement on a pointless law 930 days. And we are left in a position of almost hoping that it continues through to October 21st. Saudi Arabia, where do I start? I can drive now, so there's progress. You can also travel on your own as of this week. A decision they made which I truly admire. So many women were only able to travel with their husband/guardian's permission. The state of our roadsides and towns. For such a proud country, collectively we have a really funny way of showing it. I'm actually genuinely embarrassed when tourists have to see some of the filth, especially in cities like Glasgow. After the first sentence I instantly knew you were talking about Scotland. It's an absolute joke. Fly tippers everywhere in the countryside. You can pull up at the side of any rural road with a wall or ditch next to it, and you can pretty much guarantee there will be loads of black bags, couches, old fridges and plenty of other shit. Even on main roads you see cunts just turfing shit out the window. There's no need for it. You've already loaded it into your car, why not just take it to the tip? It's a beautiful country ruined by the pricks who live here. People here love to show off by saying Nikola Tesla is ours. Our blood, our intelligence and so on. Meanwhile the Tesla Museum in our capital is a joke. It's basically 2 rooms, and in high school, when we visited it our class literally had to be split in 2 parties, because we couldn't all fit in it. Mind you, it is getting slightly better now, but only because of the tourists. At the end of the tour, when they turn on the Tesla coil for 5 seconds and say look at the genius, then tell you to leave. Scottish people can be really aggressive and rude. Especially in the more populated areas, and especially with what we call Spice Boys. Like, a group of guys were making fun of me for moving past them and says sorry. Scottish girls can be as rude too. People always think it's just the English, but no, Scotland is full of really rude people. Am I the only one who imagines that Spice Boys are just a bunch of Scottish people who try to aggressively tell people what they really want? When I saw news articles about a mass shooting, I initially skipped over them because I thought they were talking about yesterday. They weren't. Are you in the USA? Because I read about a mass shooting that happened today or yesterday and breezed over it because I thought it was from last week. We haven't had a government in place since January 2017 because our two main parties won't speak to each other. Because of that, decisions regarding the daily running of the country aren't happening, so Westminster are making decisions for us, including some incredibly controversial ones. These decisions have resulted in me having a very heated debate with my in-laws on a Sunday afternoon. The Dutch government paid Microsoft 10 mil to keep supporting Windows XP because most of their computers ran on it. Edit. Thanks for all the upvotes, guys. I've never gotten so many upvotes. Oh man, most Dutch governmented projects seem doomed from the start. I wonder why they fail so often. It's not the fact that we are poor, or an ex-communist country, or that our infrastructure is dying. No. It's the fact that we have so many uneducated and intolerant people. You will meet people put in their jobs because of nepotism. You will meet lots of incompetent people everywhere you go, and don't expect them to be there. You will meet extremely homophobic people in many places where they shouldn't be, like schools, public institutions, etc. Not that there should be any of them anywhere. Even the highest positions in the country are occupied by these people. Not to say that everyone is like that, but a huge percentage of the population is. Believing only what the shitty TV shows are saying. All the media is pretty much the same. Opposing political ideas don't really exist. I'm talking about my beautiful country Romania. Edit. As another user pointed out, I forgot to add the church mafia. They have an extremely organized system of influencing public opinion through churches during sermons. They get shit-tons of money from poor people that listen to the bullshit they spout and then use their right to make democratic decisions as citizens to influence laws based on what they've heard in churches. Our current foreign minister had a scandal back in 2008 where he, 34 meters at the time, had sex with a 15-year-old girl. It wasn't illegal cause the age of consent in Denmark is 15, but it's still messed up. Edit. His name is Jep Koffert. Edit 2. Spelling. How behind Germany is on internet and education. The following statement got edited to correct a false fact that I confused with the quality initiative you're about to read about. I even heard that there was a quality initiative of 500 mil point euro for education, and exactly €0 of that went into further education. Also, the spending of the budget already going into further education for teachers is going down each year. And how ridiculous some political positions are. For example, Annegret Kramp-Karrenbauer is the one responsible for the German army, although she has no experience in that field. Just makes me wonder if they roll dice up there to determine who is managing what. That we lost a war against emus. I mean seriously, we are a nation that produced the only force that had any impact at Gallipoli, the Rats of Tobruk, and we captured 100,000 Italian troops in WW2. But some large flightless birds. Nope, didn't stand a chance. We were so desperate we asked the British for artillery. I think it's marvelous. Fist-fighting kangaroos, giant spiders, and war with emus. Australia is like a real-world sci-fi novel. It's a long list. We're one of the most religious countries on earth. It's a dangerous place for women and we're homophobic AF. Our education scores are consistently at the bottom of the world rank. We sabotage sex ed reform initiatives, which accounts for our high teen pregnancy rate. We have yearly cold crisis in which the children living in the poorest areas literally freeze to death due to a lack of infrastructure, and we are patriotically blind about all of the above. Mass genocide and suppression of the indigenous people too, those who continue the cycle of suppression with disparaging comments and jokes about drunk lazy Indians. Do us all a favor and crack a book. One thing I hate about Germany is the way some of us try to lecture people in other countries how to handle things. We tell the Greece how they should improve their economy by not spending money. We tell the Britons that they are stupid for voting Brexit. We tell the Italians that they should work harder. Etc, etc, etc. A little more respect for the other people way of life would be nice here. Please like and subscribe for more. This is Laugh with Memes. Goodbye.